Looking for the best rooms at Disney's Port Orleans Riverside Resort is coming up right now. There are nearly 20 individual buildings that house about 2,000 rooms at Disney's Port Orleans Riverside, but finding the best rooms is not that simple here. See, it's a massive resort with two very different neighborhoods, the rustic Alligator Bayou section and then the manicured sections known as Magnolia Bend. Now, this is not to be confused with Port Orleans French Quarter. While French Quarter is in the same complex, it's a different hotel. Understanding the difference between Alligator Bayou and Magnolia Bend matters here. Why? Well, aside from a very different theme in each section, Alligator Bayou buildings have 2 stories. Most Magnolia Bend buildings have 3 stories, but only the 3-story buildings in Magnolia Bend have elevators. Oh, and if you need a room that sleeps 5, well, 5th sleeper rooms are only found in Alligator Bayou. Now, some of the Port Orleans Riverside rooms have child-size fold-down beds known as 5th sleepers. These beds are ideal for children up to age 9. Any older than that, and your legs are probably going to be hanging off the bed. Now it gets even a little more tricky here. Rooms that sleep 5 are designated as 5th sleepers, but some pool view and preferred view rooms also have 5th sleepers. Disney doesn't label them as actual 5th sleeper rooms. For example, if I book a pool view room for a client who has 5 people, I'll almost automatically trigger a room that has a 5th sleeper in it. But if my client has 4 people and needs a fold-down bed as a separate sleeping arrangement, well, there's a chance they could get a room that has just 2 queen beds but no Murphy bed. So when my clients have less than 5 people but need the fold-down bed, I like to book them in a room that is specifically designated as having a 5th sleeper to remove any doubt. Now, how are these 2 sections alike? Well, all rooms at Riverside are accessed via exterior corridors with exterior entry to the rooms. And rooms at the end of each corridor have an additional side window that allows for more natural light. These are known as corner rooms. There's no way to book a corner room with a guarantee, but I can enter a request for one. Heat and air conditioning come from a unit that sits below the window. It's more of a through-the-wall unit than anything else. They have recently been replaced with newer, more quiet models. Okay, so your basic training is complete. Let's get to the best rooms. Preferred rooms are located in buildings 14, 15, 18, and 27. They are the closest to the check-in area, the boat to Disney Springs, the bus stop for the theme parks. They even have a private walkway, and the resort's 2 restaurants, which are Riverside Mill Food Court and Boat Rights Dining Hall. But they are not so close to Old Man Island, the main pool complex within the resort. Within the preferred section, the closest rooms to the resort's amenities are buildings 14 and 15. Both are in the Alligator Bayou sections of the resort. Now, standard rooms at Port Orleans Riverside have views of landscaping, walkways, and or parking areas. This is the most economical room category and one of the most popular at the resort. Standard view 5th sleeper rooms are only found in the Alligator Bayou section. If you're looking for convenience, I like buildings 15, 16, and 17 because they're closer to the lobby and dining and they have a neighborhood pool nearby. If you prefer a standard view with a better chance of having somewhat of a better view like a wooded area, buildings 80 and 85 in Magnolia Bend are great for this, but they can be a little far from the main lobby. Woods View rooms are very similar to standard view and cost only slightly more per night. In most cases, you probably wouldn't be able to tell if you had a standard view or a woods view. At Port Orleans Riverside, the term woods means anything that's green, so that could be trees, gardens, grass, etc. There's one major distinction, however. Woods View rooms will not have a parking area view. 5th sleeper rooms are also available in the Woods View category, and once again, only in the Alligator Bayou section. Rooms in Alligator Bayou have a secluded feel, which is perfect for those seeking privacy and quiet. The best Woods View rooms are in buildings 26 and 39. Pool view rooms can be found in Alligator Bayou and Magnolia Bend. Most of the pool view rooms in Alligator Bayou will likely have the 5th sleeper, but it's possible you could get a room with just 2 queen beds. There's an excellent chance you'll be assigned a 5th sleeper room if you have 5 people in your party. If you have fewer than 5 people and need that child size fold-down bed, then that needs to be requested. However, requests cannot be guaranteed by Disney. If it's ultra important to you to have that fold-down bed, I recommend booking a room specifically labeled as a 5th sleeper. Now, don't let pool view trick you here, okay? It's not going to be a view of Old Man Island, the feature pool complex at the resort. At Riverside, pool view means a view of a quiet pool, or what I like to call one of the neighborhood pools. These are smaller pools without water slides and entertainment that are conveniently located around the resort. If your goal is to be as close to Old Man Island as possible, requests for buildings 80 or 85 would be the way to go, and those are both in the Magnolia Bend section. But remember, there are no 5th sleepers there. Riverview rooms at Port Orleans Riverside are on the Sassagoula River, which runs through the middle of the resort, and it's an important part of the resort's overall story. Yet there are very few rooms that have a true river view, and so they can be a little hard to get. Most rooms designated as Riverview will have a somewhat distant view of the river. There are no rooms literally on the river. Building 27 in Alligator Bayou and Building 85 in Magnolia Bend have some of the better views. More great views can be found in the Royal Rooms section. There's a Riverview category there as well. Now, speaking of Royal Rooms at Port Orleans Riverside, these are rooms that have a Disney princess theme. There's specially themed rooms that are separate from the theme of the rest of the resort. They're located in buildings 90 and 95 in Magnolia Bend. Royal rooms come in Standard View, Woods View, Pool View, and River View. 5th sleepers are not available in any of the Royal rooms. While most people adore these rooms for their attention to detail and princess theme, the downside is that they are far from the lobby and dining, and also from the feature pool. When staying in this section, you'll need to decide if you would like to be closer to the bridge leading to the lobby or the bus depot. Here, it's one or the other. Now, it's important to point out that Disney does not guarantee room requests, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. I'm able to enter room requests on your reservation for Disney to see, but my clients usually tell me that they get what they're looking for about 80% of the time. Of course, if you book a standard view room and request to have a view of the pool, well, that request would have a very low chance of being honored because it's in a category that costs more. So when you're making a room request, you want to make sure that the request is within your room category and is reasonable. I also would avoid making highly specific requests like having a palm tree outside your window or a view of the sunset. Those are very complicated. The room assigners at Disney have so much work to do. It's very unlikely that they're going to really, be able to spend that kind of time on your room reservation. In that case, they'll probably just give you something close and just move on to the other work that they have to do. So keep it more general, and that increases your odds of getting your room request honored. My name is Darren from OrlandoParksky.com. Every day I help people plan magical vacations to Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando, Disney Cruise Line, and Royal Caribbean. If you have any questions about this video, go ahead and use the comments section below, or even tell me what you'd like to see next. Click that notification button to get alerts when my next video airs, and until then, thanks for watching.